Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going into the video now. Most importantly, we want to hear from you. Okay, let us know what your passion is and how you get your stimulation. Please send us your comments. Thank you. On to the video. Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. I'm John Kelly, and welcome to Thrive. Glad to have you here today. Today, we're going to be talking about ADHD, and we're going to be talking about stimulation, the stimulation of ADHD, and maybe we'll get into the passion that creates the stimulation with some of you guys and see where it goes. Please, if you like what we're doing, like and subscribe. We're very interested in also your comments. We want to hear from you on this after this short video today. And I also have to put out this disclaimer that this is not counseling. This is strictly education and based on my strength, hope, and experience and my life and my professionalism too, of course. All right. Well, let's get started. And Leah has some questions for me. My producer has some questions for me on ADHD. Go for it, Leah.
All right. Thanks, John, for having me on. Okay, let me start with the first one. So before I get into the stimulation, I wanted to ask you, does ADHD have anything to do with a person's intelligence?
Absolutely not. It really doesn't. It doesn't have anything to do with intelligence. There's many successful people who have ADHD.
Hmm. You yourself included. So,
Yeah, myself included. Yes, in fact, with you saying that, that gives me the opportunity to plug my book, my second book, which is Discovering Lazarus, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly of John Kelly. And my first book 20 years ago was Warning Signs, a guidebook for parents, which has done well. And I can't thank everybody for all the positive comments on Discovering Lazarus, my newest book, the purchases. I truly appreciate it. Discovering Lazarus on Amazon. Thanks, Leah. Go ahead.
yeah, no problem, John. Right on. So, okay, when it comes to ADHD, what is stimulation? What is it? How does it relate? Can you tell me?
Yeah, stimulation definitely is like air. It's like oxygen to people with ADHD. I mean, if we don't have a certain amount of stimulation and we do not stimulate our dopamine and a couple other neurotransmitters in our brain, we're really in trouble as far as affect's going to go, and we're going to end up, going down and going down kind of a rabbit hole into the darkness and becoming more and more bored and not really seeing a lot of pleasure in things. And, we're going to just really head towards depression.
Mhm.
So that's concerning to me. That's concerning.
Oh, very concerning. So, John, are there different types of stimulation that people can find in ADHD to try and soothe this?
Absolutely. I mean, and it's like positive stimulation and negative stimulation,
Hmm.
and it's up to the individual. It's up to the person how they want to get their stimulation, how they want to get their oxygen. Do you want to get it in a positive way? You want to get it in a negative way? I mean, some stimulation can be very positive and very productive for you, and some stimulation can be pretty negative and set you up for a lot of consequences along the way.
Right on. So, what are some different types of, say, negative stimulation that people might end up finding?
Well, negative stimulation is staying away from anything that can be harmful to you or cause you any loss of control. Um, Focusing on drugs, gambling. You got to be careful with alcohol for those of you that drink. Any kind of activity that it can cause any kind of harmful effects to your well-being.
Mhm.
And there's just a lot of negativity out there. You just got to be very, 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 very careful. Very careful. You can even talk about sex. I mean, I've seen people, addicted to sex really catch some diseases from sexual contact because they were so addicted to sex because they were getting so much stimulation out of it. So, I mean, uh, everything has to be done, in a healthy way.
Mhm. Right on. So these negative stimulations, they make somebody feel better then with the ADHD? How does that happen? Like, how
Well,
does
stimulation is stimulation. Air is air. The brain is interested in the stimulation.
Mhm.
So, lots of times somebody is just seduced or attracted to, negative stimulation. They'll feel good from it momentarily or for a while. But if
Mhm.
it's like drug use or anything really addicting that's negative, it'll become harmful in the end, and it'll set you up for a lot of grief, and there'll be a lot of side effects, especially with drugs like cocaine or something, which was my drug of choice. I mean, it eventually, take from you, take everything you have. I mean, like cocaine can really stimulate dopamine and really excite you and give you major stimulation. But over time, it robs you of more and more neurotransmitter. You get less stimulation, and then you start to fall into depression. You know?
Okay. Thanks for explaining that. Yeah.
And you asked about positive too, right? So we have
Yes. So,
positive.
yeah, what are some examples of positive stimulation?
Well, this is things that are positive for people that serve people a good purpose. Something that's positive and not negative, and going to serve them a good purpose, and like karate, some type of exercise, whatever their passion is. And there's a lot of people that get a lot out of helping people, helping animals. There's a lot of people that get a lot out of art, um, and focusing on different types of the art field. I know somebody that gets really a lot of stimulation from doing poetry. All right, I mean it, and I know we know tons of people that get stimulation out of helping other people. I being one of them. So it's kind of trying to find a passion that's beneficial and serves good purpose. And your passion can be positive or it can be negative. And it's trying to find your passion, and like they say, make it happen. Uh, you know, but it has to serve a good purpose for you. That would be my suggestion. These are
Yeah.
only suggestions. Everybody has to live their life and find out for themselves. Everybody out there is their own boss.
Yeah, right on. So you touched on a little bit here, John, the passion aspect. Can you just elaborate a little bit more? You mentioned passion. Can you tell me how this impacts stimulation? What do you got?
Well, look at me, okay? I mean, I became very passionate about cocaine. I got into cocaine, got into the drug culture. Bad move, bad move. So I came crashing down, okay? Built myself back up, became passionate about recovery, became passionate about helping other people, became a counselor, became a psychotherapist, all because of the passion is pushing me forward. And with that comes along the stimulation. Okay. Then I got to a point where I felt I couldn't do any more research. I couldn't write any more on it. I wanted to move into the realm of serial killers because I felt that serial killing was an addiction. I became very passionate about it. I became very passionate about catching serial killers and doing profiling. Profiling is an art. You know, a lot of people think it's a science. It's not. The forensics are the science. But the profiling itself on people's behavior, all right, the type of person, the type of personality you're looking for, that is definitely an art. So, you know, it's finding your passion, getting stimulation from it, getting excitement from it at times, and just moving on, you know, focusing on, again, what serves good purpose for you. And maybe it is, you know, helping others, but it doesn't have to be helping others. It doesn't have to be, you know, it can be, you know, going, you know, kayaking. I mean, that can be enough stimulation to keep you happy as a life. I mean, you know, it's up to the individual. It's up to the individual. But drugs, gambling, I would suggest drinking. I mean, I would suggest which alcohol is a drug. I would suggest people really be very mindful about drugs and gambling because they're very seductive, especially to somebody with ADHD.
Mhm. Yeah, of course. Okay, one more thing, John. I don't think we really touched on it, but I just want to get your opinion. So, but what about medication? How does medication tie into the stimulation with ADHD? Is that good or bad?
Yeah, I think medication's fantastic. I don't know where we'd be without it, but
Hmm.
I think again that's different medications, different strokes and choices for different folks. You know, because you have to understand it is a central nervous system stimulant. That's why stimulation is so important. And the medical field understands this, so they treat it with stimulation. You know, so you can be on stimulation, and certainly you want to get it from medication, not from street drugs like I did from cocaine. So what you want to do is you want to focus on listening to a doctor. Hopefully, you have a good doctor, and he's going to bring you around on it. And then at some point, you want to try maybe and detox yourself off that central nervous system stimulant medication and focus on, you know, going and getting a hobby or having passion about something that's going to create the stimulation without the drug. I mean, okay, I am not on medication for ADHD, and I had a hell of a time after detoxing my brain from cocaine, but it can be done as long as you are focusing on finding a passion and finding things that are interesting. That's how you develop your passion. Finding things that are interesting, finding things that you're good at, and everybody's good at something. So I don't want to hear that, oh, I'm not good enough or all that, you know. Bottom line, you know, you gotta go after it. You know, you got to go after it, find out what you like. If you're ready to detox off the drug with supervised medical help, you know, you should have medical supervision when you're detoxing off any medication, and moving on to you know, trying to do it and get the stimulation through your behavior, and you know, not from a strong central nervous system stimulant.
Hmm. Right on. John, well, I just want to thank you. You gave some really good advice here today for people. So I hope it
Thank you very much. As always, see you soon.
helps.
And to my audience out there, our audience, thank you so much for tuning in. We can't thank you enough. Have a great day. Stay safe. Pretty violent world out there. Stay safe. Be careful. And until we talk again, many blessings and thank you.